So one day, the disciples watched Jesus pray. And when he finished, one of them said, "Lord, teach us to pray." And that request says a lot because these men had seen religious people pray before. They had heard long prayers. They had heard polished words. They had grown up around faith, but something about the way Jesus prayed made them realize they were missing something deeper. They were not asking him for a speech. They were not asking him for a performance. They were not asking him to sound impressive in front of people. They were asking him how to speak to God the way he did. They had watched Jesus move through pressure, crowds, rejection, need, exhaustion, and human pain. Yet, he kept returning to the Father. So they asked the question many of us are still asking in our own way. Lord, how do we pray when life is heavy? And Jesus did not give them a complicated answer. He did not hand them a long system of rules or a ladder to climb. He taught them to pray simply, honestly, and close to the heart. He began with the Father. He taught them to ask for God's kingdom, God's will, forgiveness, protection, and one small phrase that can hold the person together when life feels too big. Give us this day our daily bread. And that line can sound almost too simple until you're the one waking up with pressure in your chest. It sounds simple until the money is tight, the relationship is strained, the grief is still raw, or the answer has not yet come, and your mind starts running before your feet touch the floor. It sounds simple until you're trying to follow Jesus while still feeling tired, scared, disappointed, and worn down. The daily bread becomes a lifeline. You see, Jesus did not teach us to pray, "Father, explain my whole future." He did not teach us to demand every answer before sundown. He did not tell us to ask for enough strength to carry the next 10 years today. He taught us to ask for bread for this day. And that matters because a lot of bitterness begins when we try to carry more than today. We start living inside problems that haven't even happened yet. We fight conversations that have not yet taken place. We imagine doors staying closed forever. We look at unanswered prayers and assume God must be far away. Before long, the waiting does not just hurt us, it starts to change us. And you can feel that change when it happens. You still believe, but you feel guarded. You still pray, but you don't expect too much. You still love Jesus, but disappointment has made you quieter inside. You may not call it bitterness, but you know your heart is not as open as it used to be. And that is why Jesus teaches daily bread. He knows we cannot carry the whole road at once. He knows the human heart breaks under the weight of imagined tomorrows. He knows fear can make one hard day feel like a lifetime sentence. So he brings us back to the Father and teaches us to pray for what we need right now. Not everything at once, not the full map, not every answer. Bread for today. And that does not mean your whole future does not matter. It means your Father is already there, but you are not. You are here. You are in this morning, in this day, in this phone call. You're in this bill. You are in this quiet room after everyone else has gone to sleep. You're in this moment where your soul needs strength, and Jesus, Jesus is teaching you that God can meet you here. And some of us are angry with God because He's not given us tomorrow's supply today. Hey, I understand that. When you're afraid, you want proof that everything's going to be okay. I understand. When you're grieving, you want the ache gone now. When you're under financial pressure, you want the whole burden lifted. And when you're lonely, you want the empty place filled. That is human. And Jesus does not shame us for need. But He does teach us how to bring need to the Father without letting it turn into bitterness. Daily bread is a humble prayer. It says, Father, I do not have enough in myself. And that's not weakness, it's honesty. It says, I cannot carry the whole future, but I can walk with you today. It says, God, give me enough grace to stay soft. Give me enough strength to not quit. Give me enough peace to breathe. Give me enough mercy to not let disappointment poison me. And that kind of prayer, well, it may not look dramatic, but it is powerful. There are seasons when the strongest prayer you can pray is, Jesus, help me get through today without becoming bitter. And He hears that. Jesus is not offended by tired prayers. He's not disappointed because your voice shakes. He is not standing far away from you because you have questions. The same Jesus who taught daily bread also told weary and burdened people to come to Him, not after they felt better, not after they had all their emotions under control. He told them to come as they were. So come tired, come honest, come with the part of you that does not know how much longer you can keep waiting. The daily bread teaching also protects us from comparing our lives to everybody else. That matters because bitterness often grows when we keep watching someone else receive what we wanted. Their door opens. Their family heals. Their money works out. Their prayer seems answered. Meanwhile, you're still waiting. And if you live there too long, your heart will start asking dangerous questions. And Jesus pulls us away from that. He brings prayer back into the hidden place with the Father. He teaches us not to perform, not to compare, not to measure love by visible speed. He teaches us to ask for bread from the one who sees what no one else sees. Maybe God has not given you the full answer yet, but He gave you enough strength to make it through yesterday. Maybe you cried, but you did not quit. Maybe you felt fear, but you still showed up. Maybe your prayer was weak, but hey, it was still a prayer. Maybe your heart feels tired, but it is not yet fully closed. And that is not nothing. Being kept by Jesus in a season that could have broken you is not nothing. And sometimes we want the miracle to look like everything changed at once. And you know what? Sometimes God does do that. He can open a door in a moment. He can move faster than we thought possible. But sometimes the miracle looks like bread in the morning. Strength for one more day. Mercy before your heart hardens. Peace, and a small enough peace that you can receive it. That is still Jesus being enough. He's not enough only when life gets easy. He's enough in the middle of the unanswered place. He's enough when you do not have the full plan. He's enough when the waiting hurts. He is enough when all you can honestly say is, Lord, give me what I need for today. So do not let tomorrow take over your soul. Do not let bitterness tell you that delay means God has forgotten you. Do not judge the Father's love only by the answer that has not arrived yet. Look for the bread He is giving you now. Ask Him for enough patience for this day. Ask Him for enough courage for this step. Ask Him for enough forgiveness to keep resentment from owning you. Ask Him for enough hope to stay open while you wait. The disciples, they asked Jesus how to pray, and He gave them words simple enough for a child and deep enough to carry a suffering heart. Give us this day our daily bread. Maybe that is where you start again. Not with fake peace and not with big religious words. Not with pretending you are fine. Just with an honest heart. Turn toward Jesus, asking the Father for enough grace to make it through today without losing who you are. And when tomorrow comes, He will still be Father. Jesus will still be near. The bread will still be enough for the day in front of you. My name is Douglas Vandergraph, and I believe in Jesus Christ. May God bless every single one of you. Every single one.